जी तुम्हारे जी तुम जिया का दातारा हर त्याग हो संतो जी सब दुख विसारण हारा हर आपे ठाकुर हर आपे सेवक जी क्या नानक जात विचारा तू घट घट अंतर सर्व निरंतर जी हर एक पुरख समाना एक दाते एक भिखारी जी सब तेरे छोड़ बनाना तू आपे दाता आपे भुगता जी हाँ तुझ बिन अवर न जाना तू पार ब्रह्म बेअंत बेअंत जी तेरे क्या गुण आख बखाना जो सेव है तुझ जी जन नानक तेन कुर्बाना हर त्याग है
Hello, everyone.
तुझ जी से चंद जोग में सुखवासी से मुक्त पाए जन हर त्याया जी तन टूटी जम की फांसी जन निर्भव जन हर निर्भव त्याया
Good to see you. Welcome. Give it a few minutes for people to collect.
जन सेव्या मेरा हर जीते हर मुख समासी से तन जन हर त्याया जी जन नानक तिन पर जासी तेरी भगत पंडार जी परे बेअंत बेअंता
Hello, Mary Jane, Harlan, Vicky, Andrea, Cheryl, Linda, Elaine, Stephen, George, Broham, Mitch Marie, Kristen Davis, Mary Ellen, Dennis Sawyer, Corey, Ruthie, Kenneth. Wow. One moment. I need some water. So tonight's burst of light, Center of Light burst, is going to be titled Que Sera Sera. Cliche, I know. Before I get involved, in the very near future, I'm going to do a burst of light on mood rings. I bought a mood ring last night, and I've been kind of enamored with it, watching my different moods throughout the day, and seeing what colors they go to, and validating that on the internet using a color chart. Maybe we can all get mood rings and help us pinpoint our mood swings, or control them rather. So tonight's broadcast, Que Sera Sera, whatever will be, will be. Back to a very important lesson. Letting go doesn't mean that we can't involve ourselves and become participants of something that we would like to wield, mold, shape, manipulate, sculpture into something as to its highest potential. But this usually refers to the negative. Leave things alone. Just leave them alone. But Keith, if I do nothing, how am I going to contribute to that which I want to see it blossom into its fullest potential? Sometimes we get in the way. And we stop the process of expansion. Hello, Georgia Jolly. Hello, Sue, Donna. And sometimes we get in the way in our mere wanting to help. So what we do is we step back and allow them to be as they are. Because sometimes in our helping we can undermine their spirit's growth. That's not the outcome we want, is it? Simply their spirit might reject it because it's a situation that they and they alone must figure out. Hello, Becky. Hello, Chloe. Let's look at the translation of Que Sera Sera. I'm always big on definitions and understanding what words really mean because there is no argument The definition and meanings take out the argument. We collectively agree this means that. So it sets a tone. It sets a baseline. Que sera, sera. The phrase became a major part of the lexicon when Doris Day had a big hit with the song Que sera, sera. Whatever will be means that the future is up in the air. And whatever is going to happen is going to happen. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Again, it doesn't mean that we need to just sit back and do nothing and let things go awry. It's not what it means at all. In fact, I'm going to read you a post from my Facebook. I just posted a few minutes ago by Earthly Saint, the name of Sadhguru. This man has awareness in 16 dimensions, meaning he is present in 16 dimensions simultaneously. In one of his memes, he says, when I said it's not necessarily about just sitting back and letting the world go awry. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, means to leave certain things alone. Stop picking at them. Sadhguru says, you need to know when to use logic and when not. All the beautiful things in life look stupid if you logically analyze them. So how do we figure out when to step in and when to step back? No one can tell you how to do that. It is something that you and you alone must figure out. And your spirit will intuit to you exactly when to do that, provided you ask. How do I serve this situation in its highest order? And the voice comes immediately. Don't do anything just now. Well, the voice may say, put your hand on that person's shoulder. Or you might just listen. Whatever it is. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. We're in the most prime opportunity to choose what our future will be. The future is ours to see. Que sera, sera. So often, when we want to help people we care about or a situation, even the world for that matter, as I always say, we must get out of fight. Stop fighting. Stop fighting the terrorism. Stop fighting the racism. Stop fighting the politics. Stop fighting the world. It's all an internal bickering. Que sera, sera. Leave it alone. But the future is ours to see. And when we begin to have vision, because we all have the capacity to see, to truly have vision. A blind man once said, it doesn't take sight to climb Mount Everest. Instead, it takes vision. And when we begin to see by using our capacity of vision, whatever will be what we declare it to be. And there it will be, and so be it. What is happening on this planet right now, in the form of the growth, the decision among the collective human experiment. Are we going to lean into backwardness, or we're going to lean inward, which actually propels us forward? Inward is upward, and forward. And forward. Hello, Jason. I got a few comments, and then I'm going to get into a channel mode. Whenever I close my eyes and I go in, I am not thinking of something to say. I am letting whatever will be, be. I have trust in the process that when I intentionally choose to step out of the dialogue, the presentation, something else comes in and it begins to live and be, and it begins to speak. What is that something else? It's me, but on a level that I have yet to master, being married to it on an ongoing daily basis for the rest of my life. Because I'm using my vision capacity to see that through. See what I'm saying? Yeah, Jason, everything on TV seems to point to violence. But we can also step back. Can we have the spirituality about us that we can actually look at that garbage on TV and even see it from the perspective of it's just nothing. It means nothing whatsoever. Yes, we can always choose to turn the TV off and the news off, which I highly suggest. But what I think another step of moving inward to a greater degree is not being affected by it completely. That is just nonsensical. In fact, I don't even call it nonsensical. I don't give it any attention whatsoever. That means we've made another shift because we don't have to remove ourselves from it to be at peace, to say, this is just bad, I'm running away. That I am planted within myself like the voice that is speaking through Keith now. Planted, anchored forevermore, and cannot be swayed or moved by any current that is not of the cosmic system. What is happening to humanity right now is of a cosmic nature. It's of a cosmic nature. This is not about a few trials and tribulations and we get a little bit better and we get a little bit better, or we get a little bit worse or we get a little bit worse. Though your life is very personal and dear to you, trust me when I tell you that it becomes more personal and more dear to you when you involve the collective into your fold. Well, that sounds like a big task, you may be asking. In fact, it's much easier because you have the power of the collective on your side, there at your disposal for your beneficial use. On every plane of existence, I tell you, they are all around you. Who are they? Your deceased loved ones. High forms of extraterrestrial intelligences. Angelic expressions of Creator. They're all around you. In fact, the very same energy of which you are a part, they are as well. And as you mix and mingle, energy begins to flow and begins to dance and begins to swirl and begins to move and begins to twirl. And your intentions to live in que sera, sera, by allowing things to be as they are, always coming from a space of compassion, you begin to mix and mingle with these higher energies who are, without a doubt, make no mistake, present with you, working with you on levels you are not even aware of, to bring about your best life, potentially. The very simple question becomes, are you ready to move into that program? Are you ready to move into that window? That window. Two other questions which are very important. Where did I come from? And who am I? Another could be, why was I born? And finally, where am I going? Until you fully understand where you come from, who you are, why you are here, you will never get where you are truly wanting to go. What is being brought forth here now, tonight, in this presentation is a magical golden opportunity for all of you. There's no more time for work. Work is over. All there is play. Are you playing in your life? Very simple question. Very powerful statement. Are you playing in your life? Because at the place you are now, it has nothing to do whatsoever with working things in or working things out. They both imply a work, which always means an arduous task that needs to be completed. Hence, work. When you begin to play in the arena of soul, when you begin to walk through the threshold of the golden door and step into the kingdom, it's all about the play. It's all about the Leela, the divine sport. And you have it simply easier now than those in previous times. Because the light is forever bright and moving through everyone with all of its might. And as things begin to move even further, in your letting go-ness, in your Sera-ness, it will graduate, it will expand, it will exponentiate, and faster into the life stream you will be thrown. And down with the cosmic current, you will move. You are being forewarned. If you keep bucking the cosmic current, you will be as a salmon moving upstream only to be eaten by the bear of your own troubles. You do not want to go out this way. The way out is in. The way out is in. The way out is in. Rest assured that in the very near future, what you are thinking is happening in the outside world will not be. Rest assured, what you thinking is happening on the outside world will not be. But also, what you think is not happening will be. Truth is stranger than fiction. But yet, it is so simple. It's right under your own nose. In fact, you wield it every day by your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, and your intentions. Intend to play and get out of work mentality. Work, play. Work, play. Leave or stay. Because as you make choices, consciously or not, you are intending to leave or stay. As the energy begins to move throughout this planet, this beautiful blue jewel that's floating in space, of which you are a part, so much so it's your home for now. Until the prophecy of heaven on earth comes about, it begins to anchor forevermore within your own experience, like it is happening right now as you're being spoken to through this channel. So what you are seeing transpiring before you is your future. And if you're of this level already, what you see transpiring before you is your greatest potential to levels you never thought possible. And as spirit begins to descend into you even more, and the dove begins to land on your heart, in that perching, my olive branch gesture to you is to take in what is being said here. And you will find the peace that has so eluded you for so long begin to feel you so much up inside that you will overflow and become a wellspring for other people all around you. Do this and watch what happens to what you know as you expand into a divine disposition of letting go and trusting. Que sera, sera, whatever will be, will be. Step into that place. Step into that place, and you will find yourself dwelling in the kingdom of your own soul. Cross that bridge. Intend to cross that bridge. Once you do, knock on the golden door and walk in. Simply just walk in. It's not hard. It's time to play. Wow. I need some water. Hello, Anne. Hello, Becky. Hello, Joel. Time to play. I play every day from the moment I wake up to the moment I lay my head down at night. I understand the life of practicality. Well, Keith, I have a job. No, you don't. That's implied work. You have an opportunity. You have been given grace that allows you to bring into your experience abundance that helps you on your downtime to play. But when you take on your daily life, be it at a job, which is now called play, play with your day and watch your mood about what you're doing every day, 5 days a week for your life simply change. And then you give rise to the potential of you leaving said job and work and move into a greater capacity of playing for the rest of your life. This is how you become the master of your destiny. And you get to shape whatever will be, and there you will be, and so be it. That's delicious. Simple, simple, simple. When I was in channel mode, what came through was, what is happening to the humanity right now is cosmic. This is no joke. This is happening in a very, very big way. If you don't see it, that's okay. If you don't feel it or experience it in any form, that's okay. But it does not mean one iota that what has been transferred here tonight through this talk so far does not mean one iota that it is not taking place. Step back into Que Sera, Sera. Let things be as they are. Become the observer. Just watch. Just watch. Simply look out and about and see what's happening on levels that you never would have seen if you had not taken that step back. Hence that step in, hence that step upward, which means forward. Upward is inward, inward is forward. Simply just close your eyes sometimes during your day. Put your hand on your heart, or whatever, on your map, whatever you feel you want to connect. Complete the cycle, complete the circle. Take a few breaths and take an inventory of where you are in your feeling base. Your feeling base is the barometer to the kingdom. And once you get good at feeling your feelings, once you get really good at feeling your feelings, you won't just feel the feeling every once in a while like, oh, I feel good right now. Oh, I feel good right now. You're going to find an endless feeling that is unbroken, and it's constant and consistent. And then you will be in the cosmic current, the cosmic river of life. That which is breathing your body right now, that which is hearing me talk to you right now, that which is supporting your backside because of the chair you're sitting on. That is the cosmic grace that is everything and everywhere. That's how close it is to you. That's how cosmic this experience is. It's happening right now. Do you feel it? Close your eyes simply, dear Lord. Do you feel that current moving through your life experience right now in your body, in your consciousness? As you breathe, you are breathing it. God is not in heaven. Heaven is a state of being. And when you are in that supreme state of being, you are in God. You are in synonymous heaven. God is right here, right now. It doesn't live anywhere else. Nowhere else. God is the eternal. It's in the eternal moment. It's in the holy now. It's happening right now. On every possible dimension that we can fathom, and even those of a subtle nature that we cannot even possibly fathom. The life stream is moving. Extraterrestrials of all kinds, on all levels. Angelic beings on the higher levels. Deceased ones in the spiritual plateau. It's all around us. And it's no longer about that work. Working your ass off to finally achieve a goal, to feel that you've reached some level of a landmark in your life. The landmark is here. This is the landmark. This is the lighthouse. And it's forever a beacon calling to you, calling to all the ships casting about in the sea of fear, the fog of fear, the galactic fog, the galactic sea of fear, all the lower vibrational extraterrestrials, but also casting about in the sea of humanity as a lighthouse, as a beacon. When you become that lighthouse and that beacon, you begin to blind people in a powerful way. And you have to say nothing whatsoever. Que sera, sera. What will be, what will be. The future is ours to see. Que sera, sera. That's juicy. Hello, Jessica, Mark, Maria. Though the prophecy of heaven on earth is going to come about, even more true is it's happening now. It could be considered a prophecy when we're speaking and or relating to humanity as the collective, that we've all finally reached the golden ring. But heaven on earth is happening right now to me. Heaven on earth is happening right now to you in all those moments in your life that you feel you are filled with utter bliss and joy. Stretch those moments so that you don't have to wait or be the last one in the collective for the whole world to ascend. You be the shift. You be the shift. You be the anchor. You be the light. Be the shift. I am the embodiment of heaven on earth. And people say, my God, what has happened to you? I haven't seen you in a year, but you've changed so much. What is it you're doing? Please tell me. I want some of that. The world becomes a worldwide movement of unfoldment of the heaven on earth prophecy, one person at a time, just simply by being who you are. This is not implying in any way whatsoever, shape, form, or fashion that you are broken. Dear Lord, you are beautiful. Last night I went out to have a drink, and sitting next to myself was this lady. She was all heartbroken. Her boyfriend, fiance left her. She was moving about, sort of living in her car, and I felt for her. And she was sad. And even in her sadness, a place I know all too well from my experience from years ago, I didn't feel sorry for her, not one bit. I felt compassion for her, and I was excited for her, because what was happening to her was not a tragedy or this horrible thing, but was this beautiful unfoldment. Was this beautiful unfoldment. I didn't have time to feel sorry for her. Linda was with me. Linda experienced the exact same thing. I didn't feel sorry for her. I saw happening to her that in hindsight, as I reflect upon what happened to me, and probably many of us in here, somehow becomes beautiful and not horrible whatsoever. So in our Sera-ness, letting things be as they are, as Linda and I did, we offered a few words, a few ideas, being present for her, with her. In our Sera-ness, we were able to experience someone by just letting them be in their unfolding process, their Christed path, their Buddhic path, their path to Dharma and purpose. Dharma meaning purpose. Unfolding. Unfolding is every bit as beautiful as reaching the next level. You will never reach the next level without the unfolding process. Let go. The fight inside is what's killing you, metaphorically and literally. The fighting inside is destroying your spirit. It's snuffing out your fire. It's bringing you to a finality, to a point of wanting things to end, when I tell you they will never end. Might as well get with the conscious deliberate program and begin. Take your hands off of it. Take your hands off of your life. Doesn't mean you're not in control. Elwood says, and it coincidentally is going to go with what was going to come out of me, when you take your hands off of your life and you're not so rigidly locked, your path shifts back to the real you. You shift back to the real you, that which is you, on the highest level, which is where the control of it all really is in the first place. When you take your hands off of your life, it doesn't mean you won't get what you want. It simply means I'm releasing myself from what I think has to happen and how I should go about it, because obviously if this was working, I'd be successful. But because it's not, I'm letting these ideas that I have that is stifling the potential of it ever showing up, I'm letting it all go. And in the letting go of it, now you have room inside for something else to come inside and sit. Until then, nothing happens. Nothing happens. And when you let go in that way in your life, to that level, and with that intention, you begin to exist in the authentic you, the real you, that which is your soul. Because that which is in control of everything, anyway. And when you reach that place, It's not like, oh, wow, I've reached my soul. Now I can go out and control and get what I want, as I tried to do when I was in my other way, using those models. It doesn't work that way. In fact, that's too hard. That requires work. As I said, it doesn't work that way. You must find a way to make it play that way. We all know that playing has to do with children. And when we begin to play with our lives as children, we become childlike. And then we become available and the candidates to enter into the kingdom. Because until we are childlike, we will forever knock on that door. Hello, Jennifer. Hello, Kayleen. Angela, Elmer. We will forever knock on that door until we become the innocents like we were in our youth. Jennifer says we are in the kingdom. We are in the kingdom. This is the kingdom. It doesn't get any greater than this beyond your own capacity or beyond your own will to make it happen for yourself. No one is coming to save you but you. No one is coming to save you but you. No one is coming to save you but you. But when you make the declaration within yourself, the gate opens up. And the deity of your choice is now able to step forward. And in a holy instant, you become married. I am no different than my teacher. My teacher and I are one. For I am in my Father is in me, and I am in you. Seek ye the kingdom of God within. It does not get any more easier than that. Because it's not work. It's simply just being in a space of joy and loving everything. Que sera, sera. Leave things alone. Stop picking at things. Stop nagging with things. And you know, when we shift to that space, the old paradigm, the old model, the old mindset, to the new space of presence, playing well with others, the kingdom begins to reveal itself all around you in the playing. Every time you are living in bliss, joy, or happiness, even if it's for a moment at a time, you're in the kingdom. Now the trick is, can you stretch those moments to become smooth and crossfade over each other, to where there is no longer any choppy intervals, to where there's an unbroken flow. And when you live in that space, you are in the flow of the life stream. The life stream is always about joy, peace, happiness, and bliss. And when we do that, we're forever in the stream of joy, peace, happiness, and bliss. Merrily, 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 our life becomes but a dream. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, but we need to have the vision capacity so that we can see and bring it into a state of being. And there it will be, so be it. Dorothy says, stop steering the ship. Jesus, take the wheel. Elmer says, I want to cry for some reason. Let go. I hope you take this time, Elmer, to open up that divine spigot, that divine tap that's right there, and open it, and let that current move through you. Let that life-giving water, that life-giving sustenance, that life-giving manna, that life-giving stream move through you and cry yourself a river. Let yourself flow in that river. Let that crying, dear lady, take you all the way back to your soul. Let your crying be the river that takes you back to your soul. And if there's anything troubling you, I promise you, it will be washed in a holy baptism for you. Cry. Let go. And in your letting go of it, que sera, sera. Whatever will become of it will be. You try that now. And watch what happens to you. You're going to feel so much lighter. Unburden your soul, dear. Release it. Jason Pardo says, you've given me an inspiration. Thank you, brother. Hey, Jason, I love you, bro. I hope to see you again soon. Let me know if you ever come to Memphis. Come hang out while I play some tunes. Hello, Lisa. Wow. So a minute ago, some time back in this presentation, I asked you to close your eyes and asked you, can you feel it? Whatever your answer was, I was too busy in the channel mode, and so I couldn't see your comment. And if your answer was yes, what are you feeling now? Do you feel it as graduated to a greater capacity? Like now it's almost so palpable. You feel that fluid energy, that fluid, spiritual, divine, fiery energy all around you. It's massaging your ears. It's massaging your heart. It's filling you inside. There is no other dance. There is no other gig. When you're present with yourself, presence itself begins to fill you. And then you feel it. And then you express it. Then other people begin to feel you and feel it. And it begins to fill them as they in turn repeat the pattern in the cycle, and it becomes a worldwide movement, one person at a time. This is happening. This, dear Lord, is happening. If you don't see it, simply ask yourself, why can't I see that? Step back and look again with new eyes, or maybe even vision and visualize something. And then you will begin to see what you are visualizing happening. It's happening. The human race is expanding like this. Don't let the outside events of the wars and all that nonsense fool you. You are being distracted. They are attempting to distract you from some other foolishness they are doing. That is not your reality, nor what you want to be your experience anyway. It's not turning a blind eye to it, out of sight, out of mind. I'm not plugging to that, into that something that if I do so is only going to add more trouble and gasoline to the fire, the destructive fire. What I want to do is not even give any credence to that and plug into the divine fire. It's happening. Hello, Susan. Can you see that even in war, that something beautiful on some level is unfolding? Yes, it's horrible and painful to those around us. And for those who we don't even know, our cosmic brothers and sisters in humanity who live across the ocean in these third world countries, getting bombed. But instead of feeling sorry, sorry always implies guilt. Guilt always looks for punishment. I'm so sorry this is happening. I'm so sorry, Mom, Dad, I broke this lamp because I feel guilty and I know now you're going to punish me. This operates on levels we don't even understand. But yet, I feel sorry, and the guilt that follows and the punishment that is waiting to be administered does play itself out. Elaine, you can send me an inbox message here, or you can send me a message at keithanthonyblanchard@gmail.com. my name in this virtual room at gmail.com and say, Keith, I'd like a free session. I'd love to give you one. So on levels that we don't even understand, the words that we select, I feel sorry this is happening to them, implies on some level guilt is being administered. The punishment of the guilt is being administered. Instead, fall into a space of pure compassion. Compassion does mean I sort of feel sorry. It has the same agenda, but without the negative connotation. It means, yes, I am affected by this. But when you stand in a space of compassion, you're still the beacon of light that has the greatest effect, because in your being be cause and effect. And in effect will do the greatest good. And so likewise, the story I told a little earlier about meeting this lady in a bar last night. Her boyfriend had broken up with her and she was sad. Totally sad. And I said, and when I mentioned that, I didn't feel sorry for her, not one bit. But I held a space of compassion as Linda. So I no longer saw what was happening to her as horrible, but that some part in her path, on her journey, she is going through a beautiful unfoldment process that has no other agenda except to lead her to wholeness. Same thing with the wars that are happening in the world. Yes, we don't like them and we wish they would stop. And being mad about them gets us nowhere, but only further into the problem. As the Dalai Lama, who is the reincarnation of Buddha, compassion, he's forever in that space of compassion. You will never end wars by dropping bombs. You will never bring peace by dropping bombs. Bombs do not create peace. Bombs create destruction and heartache. We need to find a new way of seeing. And I don't mean with our eyes. Here. Hello, Susie. Hello, Reggie. Hello, Neil. So tonight's broadcast was titled, Que Sera, Sera, Whatever Will Be, Will Be. And when we leave things alone, stop picking at them. Stop gnawing at them. Stop using logic and picking on them with logic and picking at them with our logic. We know what happens when you pick at a sore. It becomes infected and it begins to fester and it creates more pain because now the situation has swollen. Not a good place to be in. On any level of reality, let go of your life. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. And when you let go, then you find yourself in control, ironically, through your letting go. And no one can explain to you nor tell you how to do that. You and you alone must be able to figure that out. And you will figure that out once you begin to let things go. Jennifer says, light enters the wounds. Our weakness is our strength. Our so-called weakness is our strength. It is not about brute force and military might. It's about use the force and become the light. And wield that lightsaber. Right? As I said a bit ago, what you think is happening is not. What you think is not happening is. Chew on that for a moment. What you think is happening is not. What you think is not happening is. We have become spiritually dyslexic for far too long, and we've lived in that way for far too long. We have to invert our process from hell over heaven, dark over light, fear over love. It all has to be inverted. And once we do that, we will become the meek, and we shall inherit the earth. Once we begin to lay our weary head to rest, carry on, my wayward son. Thank you, everyone. That is my presentation for Sera, Sera. Whatever will be, will be. The future is ours to see. Sera, Sera. If anyone has anything you want to bring forth, statement or question, please feel free to do so now. Hello, Linda. Hello, Rhonda. Susie. I'm just going to sit here patiently and listen to this beautiful music while the answers or questions come through. Elmer says, thank you so much. That's for you, Elmer. Elmer, if you need someone to talk to, you can send me an email, as I said before, Keith Anthony Blanchard, my name, which is in this forum at the top where the information is, at gmail.com, and ask me for a free session. I'll be glad to talk with you. Karen Lee, hello. She says, I love the music. What is it? I'll do you one better, dear. I'm going to contact you shortly, Karen, and I'm going to send you 2 links to the background music I used tonight. How's that? Jennifer says, thank you. You are welcome, dear. Hello, Sue. You are welcome, Sue. Good job on the website, by the way, darling. I think it looks really, really good. Good information. Nice and crisp and clean. Elmer says, I will. Awesome. Good for you. So I get a feeling something monumental is about to shift for you, Elmer. Something is about to shift in a very grand way for you. Again, it's not about something being wrong for you to shift. Something is about to shift for you. Dig that. So if you guys would, I love doing this. I love it. It's my heartbeat. If you have not yet, please go to youtube.com/Center of Light Radio. Or you can go to YouTube and in the search bar, look up Center of Light Radio. And subscribe to my page. Give me thumbs up on some of my videos. Leave me some comments on some of the interviews that you like. It would help my work to become seen in a greater capacity. You can also go to centeroflightradio.com. Click on that red Ferrari. It'll take you to RPM, Recognize, Plug In, and Manifest Your Life. My lifelong work about plugging into the grid, plugging into the soul. And when you do, life gets really easy. Now you can play because you're on idle, automatic pilot, and it no longer requires work. On that page, you will find what you will receive through my program, as well as what you will create. That's what contacting me via email, for those 2 who are asked already, is about. Keith Anthony Blanchard at gmail.com. Keith, I want my free session. With this RPM program, you get one-on-one time with me. Also, while you're at centeroflightradio.com, fill out that sign-up form. When I start a newsletter program, you will receive that automatically, but you will automatically begin to receive bundles of all my past publications for free. Why not? I think we're wrapping it up. Everyone, I love you. Take in these words that Spirit spoke. Take in these words that my spirit spoke. I want to meet you there, into that place of consciousness where we're all just dwelling that magnificent light, in the light of awareness that we are all connected and we're all in this together. That's how we go back home. Heaven and earth. It's here now. If I can do it, you can too.